What if I told you the next Formula One season could flip everything we know upside down? Big moves are already brewing behind the scenes, and some of the sport's biggest names might be switching teams in ways nobody expected. Let's begin with something that got everyone talking: a cryptic video message from Valtteri Bottas, hinting at a return with a very different outfit. In the clip, he mentioned free spots in a Cadillac SUV, which many fans saw as a clever nod to the team's 2026 lineup. Bottas, a 10-time race winner, has long been linked with a comeback to F1, and now, it finally seems to be falling into place. Though no official confirmation has arrived yet, the general opinion is that Bottas has already locked in one of the two seats. The second slot? That's still up in the air. Names like Joe, Schumacher, and Drugovich are all in contention, each bringing youth and potential. On the other hand, experienced hands like Sergio Perez are also being discussed. Cadillac's final decision may depend on whether they prefer a mix of youth and experience or a seasoned pair. What strengthens Bottas's case is his past work with Ferrari engines, which Cadillac will use, giving him an edge that goes beyond just racing skill. Between 2022 and 2025, he had valuable time with that power unit setup, something that could be priceless for a new team finding its feet. Interestingly, Bottas hasn't just been waiting around. He reportedly turned down offers from other championships, like WEC and NASCAR, showing he's fully focused on one goal: returning to Formula One. His discipline and dedication haven't gone unnoticed, and Cadillac may be banking on that maturity to lead their fresh start. But the big question remains: who will line up beside him? The short list of candidates to join Bottas includes a mix of rising talents and seasoned drivers. Cadillac seems to be leaning towards a pairing that offers both stability and future promise. That's a tactic similar to what Audi is reportedly planning, blending a proven name with a developing one. If Cadillac does pick Bottas, that naturally reduces the odds of Sergio Perez landing the seat. Even though he brings huge commercial value and a loyal following, especially from the United States, the American squad has a tough decision to make. While Perez would boost their brand visibility, Bottas offers technical knowledge and consistency. And if Cadillac is planning long-term success, they may put racecraft and experience above short-term sponsorship appeal. It's all speculation for now, but insiders believe that Bottas is close to finalizing his deal, and that could shape the rest of the grid moves for 2026. Meanwhile, Max Verstappen's future continues to stir discussion, even though he's not openly said he's leaving Red Bull. The silence, though, is getting louder. His body language, public statements, and a few signs behind the scenes suggest things might not be as stable as they seem. Let's not forget Toto Wolff's earlier comments. He once made it clear that Mercedes won't entertain drivers who think they are above the team. That was seen by many as a reference to Verstappen, who has a dominant presence in the paddock. At the same time, George Russell, despite a solid season, including a win in Canada, still hasn't had his contract extended. This uncertainty has opened up plenty of room for rumors, and some of them are starting to sound a bit more realistic. Wolff is not known to give up easily. If there's even the slightest chance of Verstappen becoming available, he will chase it. The idea of pairing Verstappen with rising star Kimi Antonelli in 2026 isn't off the table. It's the kind of lineup that could redefine the competition. Toto Wolff has made his vision for Mercedes very clear: every individual matters equally. From the engineers and designers to the drivers and staff in the background, everyone contributes to the team's success. That's why he's careful about who he brings in. He's said in the past, "We have thousands of talented people working in every department, and no one is more important than the rest. If someone risks the team's values or image, no matter how skilled they are, I won't hesitate to act." This mindset might explain the hesitation to renew Russell's contract just yet. It's not necessarily about George's performance. He's done well. But if Verstappen becomes even slightly available, Mercedes wants to keep that door open. Russell, to his credit, isn't ignoring the possibility. He knows Verstappen is a top-tier driver, and realistically, any team would want him if given the chance. George also understands that his own future isn't entirely in his hands, especially with so many moving parts at play. What's interesting is that Aston Martin is now stepping into the picture. They're rumored to be preparing for the next phase of their project, possibly without Fernando Alonso, and Russell has become a prime target. If Mercedes decides to go after Verstappen, Aston might try to secure Russell as their new lead driver. Officially, Russell has stayed firm, saying he's not talking to other teams. He says he wants to stay with Mercedes and feels a strong sense of loyalty for the chance they gave him. But behind closed doors, talks might already be happening, just in case things shift quickly. The world of Formula One often works this way. Teams and drivers quietly planning for every scenario. Even if Russell isn't actively seeking a new seat, he knows offers could come, and he's smart enough to prepare for anything, especially when even his current team can't guarantee what's next. Should Russell find himself without a confirmed seat at Mercedes, one option that naturally stands out is Red Bull. Not only would it offer him stability, but it could also give him the opportunity to compete at the highest level, something every driver craves. If Verstappen does leave Red Bull, The team would need someone reliable and fast to lead their new era, and Russell fits that profile. From a competitive standpoint, racing alongside the same team that Max once led would be a huge statement for George, especially with new technical rules coming into play from 2026. Every team will be facing a fresh challenge. The playing field might be more level, and whoever adapts best could take the lead. That's a window of opportunity for someone like Russell, who's determined to prove he belongs among the elite. Meanwhile, one young name has been gaining serious attention in the paddock. Arvid Lim, the F2 sensation, has already made headlines with his record-breaking performances. At just 16, he managed to claim pole position, win a sprint, and dominate a feature race, setting new benchmarks in the sports feeder system. Red Bull hasn't wasted time either. They've put Lindblad through multiple test sessions at Imola, and the feedback has been overwhelmingly positive. His pace, control, and adaptability impressed the team, especially considering it was his first real taste of F1 machinery. As a result, the pressure has started to build on the current Red Bull Junior drivers, particularly Liam Lawson and Yuki Tsunoda. Tsunoda, despite showing flashes of speed, has been inconsistent. After years of waiting for a step up, the spotlight is firmly on him. The message from Helmut Marko and the Red Bull camp has been clear: improve or step aside. Yuk. Tsunoda's time to prove himself might be running out. Although he's managed to bring in points on 5 occasions this season, his performances are still being questioned. After waiting nearly 5 years for a shot at a top seat, this might be his last chance to secure it. The reality is harsh. If results don't improve soon, Red Bull may finally decide to make a change. This brings us back to Lindblad. His rise has been fast, and the team sees a lot of promise in him. If Tsunoda doesn't meet expectations, Lindblad could be promoted far earlier than anyone expected. The French-born driver has already stated that even though he might not feel fully prepared, he won't say no to the opportunity if it comes his way. In motorsport, chances like these don't wait, and he knows it. Interestingly, this whole situation may not just be about who gets the second seat at Red Bull. If Verstappen decides to move elsewhere, Lindblad could end up leading the team in a completely unexpected turn of events. That's a lot of responsibility for someone still new to the scene, but Red Bull has taken bold moves in the past, and this could be another one. There's also Alex Palou, the IndyCar star, who started appearing in F1 conversations more frequently. He's already tested with McLaren and delivered solid results in free practice sessions last year. He's been praised by current F1 drivers too, including Carlos Sainz, who openly said that winning a race like the Indy 500 proves a driver is ready for the top level of motorsport. Has downplayed F1 talk for now, insisting he's focused on Indy. But if a door opens and a team comes calling, he might reconsider, especially if it means getting into a car capable of running at the front. Another familiar name being whispered behind closed doors is Colton Herta. For quite a while now, he's been regarded as Cadillac's best bet for breaking into Formula One. His performances in IndyCar have earned him admiration, and fans have been waiting to see if he'll finally make the switch. However, Herta remains hesitant. Even with growing interest from F1, he hasn't shown strong signs of leaving his current environment, likely due to doubts about whether he'll get a fair shot or competitive machinery. So what does this all mean for 2026? As things stand, the pieces are moving slowly, but it's clear that any decision made by top-tier names like Verstappen or Russell could cause a massive ripple across the grid. Once the first major move is confirmed, other teams will rush to lock in their lineups, and several young or returning faces may find themselves either in or out fast. Cadillac, meanwhile, seems ready to commit to a clear path. By placing their confidence in a proven name like Bottas, they've already signaled that they value experience to lead their debut. Whether the second seat goes to another veteran or a rising talent remains to be seen, but the direction is becoming clearer with every rumor that surfaces. So, as we wait for the official announcements to roll in, one question remains: who will take the biggest risk and spark the next big shakeup? The clock is ticking, the teams are watching each other closely, and as the new era approaches, everyone wants to be one step ahead. Thanks for watching, and before you go, drop your thoughts below. Which driver do you believe will cause the biggest shock for 2026? And how different do you think the grid will look under the fresh set of rules? Your opinion might just be the prediction that hits the mark.